welcome to Beyond the Horror, the first and only unofficial American Horror Story after show. We are so excited to be here. Of course, I am MaryGirl Moody, and joining me today, of course, we have Michael Mullins Wright.
What's up, everybody?
Of course, we also have Lady Di with us.
Hello.
And last but certainly not least, Murder Motel.
Hey guys.
All right. So it looks like we are here. People are watching. We are good. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are actually not going to review every single moment from the episode. I don't really want to do that. It kind of seems like a waste of time since people have kind of already seen the episode. So let's just kind of go with an overall of what you guys kind of like. What was one of your favorite moments from this episode? And I understand you might have more than one. So if you have like two, that's cool. But let's start with you, Murder Motel. What was one of your favorite moments from episode 2?
I don't know, honestly. I think that the moment that I had that was kind of like more assuring that Leslie Grossman was a killer was like when she talked to Satan, but yet she's a Christian. Like that didn't make sense to me.
I agree.
If Satan came in my room and I'm a child of God, or supposed to be a child of God, wouldn't I cast him out?
But that would be your enemy, right?
Yes, exactly. So like,
she's like making love eyes with him. In my
right? I'm just like, what in the world? Like, but at the same time, I so want to believe that she's one of the killers. But at the same time, I don't think American Horror Story would make it that obvious because they are pointing at her constantly. It's a constant point. And I honestly believe that it's not going to be her and it's going to be somebody else. And that's going to be a huge twist that we're not going to be expecting.
Okay. What about you, Michael? Is there something about the episode that like really caught you, something that you really loved about it?
Yeah. I was just going to address what Murder Motel was talking about is that scene where she is talking with Richard Ramirez. I think it's so much deeper than we're looking at. I think this is Ryan and Brad sitting there saying the face of organized religion in the world today and how it's used as like this big old scapegoat and how it's used as an excuse for everything and how if you believe Christ, then you can do whatever you want. I don't think Leslie Grossman's character is religious at all. I think Leslie Grossman's character, she's using that as a cover because she really did these things in the past or helped him do these things in the past. And she's telling Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, it's okay, honey, you can get away with this too. You just got to have God. So I think it's like really deep. I think she's using that's her shield. That's her mask. That's her game. That she's
you
playing.
make a very good point, Michael. And I do want to say that Margaret did say in episode 2, straight out to Richard, you can use God as an excuse to do bad things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a good insight to her that she really isn't religious, and she's kind of just preaching that she is. Because let me tell you guys, I've been in hardcore Baptist Southern Texas churches, and those people practice what they preach, okay? And they are going to preach it to you. Maybe when their door is closed, maybe they don't exactly follow it, but Margaret just does. I mean, her first appearance definitely strikes me as one of those church ladies, but there's just something off about her when she had that whole conversation with Ramirez. It was just...
Well, if you watch it, the exchange back and forth, the more he goes into his soul, and she keeps asking him these deep questions. What's the worst thing you've done, or your deepest nightmare, all that stuff. The one thing that she starts doing is she starts almost like making love to him with his eyes. The more evil, the more dark that he gets, the more enamored she gets. So I think she's absolutely opposite on this Christian side. She's using Christianity just like a lot of these big, huge organized churches use themselves as a platform to do evil things, to do bad things. And I think this is Ryan's way of explaining that to us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so what about you, Miss Di? What about you? What is something that caught you this episode? Oh, I can't hear. Hold on, Di. You're not muted. Hold on. Oh, hold on 1 second. I can't. Can anybody hear Di?
Say something? No.
Nope. Okay. Oh, Di, I'm so sorry. We can't hear you. Let's see. Let me
try leaving and coming back in.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do for her. I think we are going to have to send her off and add her back. So, okay. So, guys, we are going to take Lady Di's comment here in just a moment. We're going to add her back to the stream in just a moment. One of my favorite things that absolutely happened this episode. I mean, you know, there was honestly a lot, but I think one of my favorite things was Margaret and her conversation with Ramirez. And then, of course, secondly, I would pick Ramirez trying to murder Jonas multiple times and how he got frustrated with it, you know? So those were definitely my two favorite parts. And I'm really looking forward to episode 3. I mean, more than anything. Let's add Di really quickly and let's try. Di, can you hear us?
What?
Oh, no.
Try your headphones.
No.
It worked before. I don't understand. Yeah, it's not working. I don't know. It was working before, but it's not working anymore. Okay,
it's been happening on StreamYard where a certain one person to everybody else the sound or video goes out.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put her back in the stream so we can give her a moment to.
She's trying her headphones.
I think she's trying a headset so that way whenever she can, she's gonna be able to let us know. I just want to say, Catherine, it's so great to see you. What's up to Blaze, Mike Gedney, Harold, Tammy Sifford. Tammy, it's so great to see you, girlfriend. Jocelyn, BRT, Dawn Ford. Dawn Ford will be on in 2 weeks, guys. She will be a guest while Miss Lady Di is gone. So look forward to seeing Dawn here soon. And let's see. KT, thank you so much for your comment. They say Margaret is more evil than Ramirez. I like that. Miss Bellatrix, it's so great to see you. And really quickly, while we are just waiting for Di to see if she can get her audio to work, I just want to say, guys, that if you are part of the Freaks of AHS group on Facebook, we're going to have a Halloween costume contest, a virtual one online, where we're going to be giving away gift cards to the winners. So I will be having information about that tomorrow. Also, American Horror Story weekly Wednesday live streams are back, but for patrons only right now. So I do apologize, guys. Once the season is over, live streams will come back for the channel, but for right now, they're only available for patrons. And if you guys want to absolutely make this channel, if you want to be kind to it, just give it a thumbs up. That's great. If you want to take it another step further and donate to the channel, like patrons do, you are very more than welcome to. Link is in the description. So it seems like right now Diana's not working. She's still trying to speak. So I don't understand why it's, I don't know why it's not working. I might have to let me remove Diana for just a few minutes. Let me see if maybe she can get it to fix. I'll also send her a message real quick.
Yeah, tell her to reboot. Tell her to reboot whatever system she's on.
I actually have a question about Jonas.
Okay, yes.
Okay. I feel two vibes on the season with him. I feel Murder House and Hotel. A mixture.
Same rules.
Yes.
And I don't understand why he keeps coming back. And I don't know if they're going to explain. I think they're going to explain it in this season. It's like, well, why does he keep coming back? Is he supposed to be the person that warns everybody, or is he supposed to be the person that protects them? Like, what's going on? Like, I guess I'm kind of confused about why he's there and why everything's happening.
I think he is just locked in his death, and he's forced to replay his death over again. Michael, did you read that horror short that I wrote called Replay?
Yes, yeah. Uh-huh.
I think
very
that's
similar.
what he is.
Very
He's
similar.
like Kimberly. Yeah, he's reliving his death all over again.
Yeah, and it's the same rules that apply to Murder House and Hotel. That he's died in the spot. He's left there to haunt that spot, and he just is not. He's not recognizing his death yet, so he keeps appearing where he died and confused each time he comes awake.
Exactly. I at first was very confused. Murder Motel. I was so confused at first when we saw him again. I was like, "Hey, wait! There's the hiker guy again. He's not." And then he made those comments about, you're not supposed to be here. I don't die here. So at first, it was very confusing, and I had to kind of go back a second time and watch it to make sure that I understood it.
There's something with the body in the water too, that keeps changing.
Okay.
Wait, what?
The body in the water that they've seen floating around whenever they're sitting on the pier. Something keeps changing with the body.
When Ramirez came first for Brooke, she was sitting at the edge of the dock, and that's when she saw the body float up to her, and then she got up and turned around, and Ramirez was there waiting for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I remember that scene, but I don't think it changed the body.
It's the second time it did. I was reading one of the theories. I'd have to go back and look at it just to see exactly what changed, but it did. It's very similar to the hiker.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe I didn't notice that.
Cookie, you cannot join the stream. Go. My dog is still back here again. And really quickly, guys, I do want to say thank you all so much again for letting me postpone the stream. It was my daughter's 13th birthday last week, so I wanted to make sure we celebrated it properly. Cooks, no, stop it. Is there anything that confused you? Cooksy, you cannot get it. Is there anything that confused you guys? Something that you weren't sure about? Something that you were like, huh?
No, I was thrilled. As the episode started to unfold, then it started to like, okay, this is where we're going with it with this season. Because last week was one of the most fun seasons or episodes of American Horror Story we've had in a long time.
Yeah,
it was a ride. It was so much fun. This is going to be a great season.
Okay, guys, I'm going to add Diana back to the stream. Okay.
Okay.
Miss Diana, are you there, darling?
I am here. I can hear you guys fine. I just you couldn't hear me.
Yay! All right, perfect. Yay! Now, I apologize for interrupting our conversations. I'm just
that's my fault. I mean, technology.
Right.
Okay.
I'm trying to hear what one of your favorite moments were this season. So
okay, so I liked the first episode. It was okay. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't on board. I go and I watch the second episode, and then the fucking white wedding comes on, and I'm just like, yes, it is now American Horror Story again.
Yeah.
Then Richard Ramirez, and let me say, I got married in 1984. I was 22 in 1984. So everything they're doing is so authentic to, I mean, we all know it's authentic, but it's really authentic. And Richard Ramirez was in my backyard in the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles. And this guy, it was just the twist to think that he would do, that Margaret would like befriend him. It's just, now it's American Horror Story. It's just, now it's a party. Before it was okay, I was going to be with it, but now it's like,
now it's a party.
And that wedding was just like, and that's not the end of it, but it was just like, what?
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, and I'm really excited for episode 3 because I got some pretty good predictions set for it. And I think we're going to get some pretty good information too in that next episode. So,
yeah.
I mean,
it seems like they're moving fast.
And this
But
is
are
a
they?
episode season.
But do you think it's all going to be just the night before, or is this all going to be in one night? Because the kids still haven't shown up yet.
No, I think we're just now starting to peel the layer back of what we're getting, of what
Exactly.
they're going to do. It just seems like it's moving fast because it's that whole love letter to the '80s horror slasher thing, that everything's this big chase scene and everything's this big action scene. But in the meantime, we're getting these plot elements that are like slowly revealing. So, and I think Mary's right. In episode 3, we're going to get the plot's going to open up.
Okay. Absolutely. Now, I want to know, guys, what did you think of Brooke and her wedding? Did that just, okay, I guess I want to know, number one, do you guys think that she slept with the best man? And number 2, did the murder shock you? So that's what the 2 things I want to know from you guys. Murder Motel, we can start with you this time, darling.
Okay.
Thank you, whoever. Oh, sorry. I just said I comment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're fine. I don't really think it shocked me. I think it was more of, can I be honest?
Yes, please.
Okay. I think it's more of the fact that he was not a man at all. He was a fucking pussy. And like Montana said, he just wanted her, and he couldn't have her, so he shot himself in the head like a fucking bitch. That is my truth.
I can't believe he didn't shoot Brooke. That was one thing I was really surprised. I thought he was going to kill her.
Well, I have a theory about the whole season.
Okay. I want to hear it. Tell me, Michael.
Well, I think this season is presenting itself to be who is telling us what and what is the truth. We're getting all of these stories, these secondhand stories from people, almost like campfire tales. So it's like we'll take Brooke's wedding, for example. All of a sudden, she presents this big, huge, elaborate horror story of this guy, and he's the best man, and shoots the father, and shoots himself. Is it an elaboration? Is it just a lie that she's telling, or is everything what we're seeing not the truth? So I think that's going to be part of the theme of the season. Is who do we believe? Who is telling us the real events of the season?
I think there's more to it. There's more to it. I don't know if she slept with him or not, but I think Brooke is coming across as something she's not.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
You make a very good point too, Michael, because remember in Roanoke where we were talking about how we're just going off of Shelby, Matt, and Lee's perspective. So it makes me think, yeah, shoot, I can't believe I didn't remember that we're kind of just going off what she says.
Thanks.
But we don't even know if what she's saying is true or not.
Yeah, nobody else on the cast was present during that. That is just her accounts of her story.
And Richard Ramirez said that he followed her. Why? What makes her different than all the other people he killed?
So special. Mm-hmm. And I'm so sorry, guys. I wanted to show some of these comments because they're so good, and I can't move the comments to like the middle so that way it won't.
That's what's happening. Okay, I was like, I've not done this program before, so I'm like,
me too.
I thought people were trying to talk to me.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just posting some comments that it's I guess I didn't realize this is something that I could, because now I've actually got the service with StreamYard. So I apologize. I kind of wanted to show a couple of comments, but then it's like it keeps showing it over your faces, and it's like it's stressful. So I like I said, okay, Locke, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, it's just a small comment, but it covers you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll only do it when you're not talking. Like I said, it seems disrespectful. I don't want to do that to my guests. So
I think it just goes me and Murder Motel.
Yeah, it's just on the bottom.
Yeah.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
About the StreamYard. Well, you've been using it for quite some time, and I recently just used it on my live stream Monday.
Okay.
This past Monday, and I was trying to screen share a photo that I had, and for some reason I couldn't figure out how to like make it be in the stream, and I thought it was, and when I went back and watched my stream, it wasn't in the stream. So, do you know how to do that?
I just click on screen share and
I did that too. Maybe I did something wrong.
Okay. Yeah, it's not letting me even do it.
It's
so we'll talk about that. Now I'll work with you. We'll work about that. Locke,
Okay.
it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. What do you think, though, Lady Di? Do you think Brooke is hiding something? Do you think she was telling the truth? And did that wedding shock you?
Oh, the wedding. Yeah. I mean, I was honestly taken off guard. I mean, I was ready for something crazy to happen, but for all of a sudden him to turn around and shoot people, it's just like, what? I'm not sure about, I mean, she's definitely not what she appears to be. I think maybe she did sleep with him, or there's some other big, huge backstory that we're not getting. Or maybe they want us to think that, and that's really all it is. You just never know with American Horror Story. It's just, but yes, I was like sitting there, and my husband heard me because he's not up to date yet. And I went, "What the fuck?" And he came running in and said, "What's the matter?" And I was blasting Billy Idol.
I'm watching.
The music is off the charts. I mean, it's like
great.
they're actually doing the show to the music.
Yes,
and
very plot driven.
I don't know. I have a Billy Idol gold record somewhere. I'll have to put it out for my next thing, because my husband works for a company that used to do his records. So I have a lot of music stuff.
That is badass.
Yeah, it's really cool. They closed and they got bought out, and they didn't want the gold records on the walls. They were going to throw them away. I said, take them home.
What?
Yeah.
God. Why do that? Makes no sense.
I don't know.
Well,
but so, yeah, that was definitely. But I want to know what happened with Mr. Jingles and Rita.
Well, I have
account of the truth.
Yeah.
I have a confusion about Mr. Jingles here. Now, how come he didn't take the ear off the truck guy in episode 1, but he takes the...
And we just didn't see it. Maybe the camera cut away before he did. I mean, I know he curved him, so that was.
Well, yeah,
know for sure, but maybe it wasn't him.
The ear thing could just be part of Leslie Grossman's story. She did the ear thing.
I felt like Jingles was a woman at first. When I first saw Jingles, the silhouette looked like a woman with the jacket on.
Well, see, I think that too, but I don't think it's Margaret. I think it's Bertie, because she has the body type, she has the height, she can look just like Mr. Jingles.
That would be so obvious.
Not necessarily, because of the fact American Horror Story is pointing at Margaret so fiercely, and we all think that it's Margaret. Everybody thinks it's Margaret at this point. But I think it could be Bertie.
You bring up a very good point, Murder Motel. Tiffany Love here says, I think the chef is boiling in a pot just like Stu's stew. She has been MIA. And there was one other person who commented, yes, KT. They said, is the chef one of the killers? Now, one of my viewers, or either in the Freaks of AHS or on the channel, I do apologize, I'm not sure which one at this moment, but one of them made a very good connection, and I really liked it. I wanted to say it very quickly. They made a connection that maybe Chef Bertie is Noah's mom, or maybe was like his wife, possibly, but I would go more with mom. The reason why they're suggesting that is Chef Bertie said that she was one of the first people who volunteered after she heard that Margaret was going to reopen the camp. And, we haven't seen her. So a lot of people think either she's dead or that she is one of the killers. Maybe she's doing it with Margaret. So I don't know. What do you guys think is up with Bertie?
Well,
she's shady.
Well, the thing
she's shady, Michael.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. But like the thing is, like, why would you sit there and be like, oh, this camp was like a good experience for me, and it was great, when all these murders happened? Why would you think that it's so great and fantastic to be at Camp Redwood? So like, I was like, wouldn't you not want to come back there if you were there the first people that was in the murders or whatever?
Exactly. And, I know that Margaret made a mention that the reason why there's not too many camp counselors is because the Olympics gave everybody temporary jobs. But okay, realistically, Blake and I have opened a business many times. We've had a couple of businesses. And if we did not have the employees to handle production or sales or things like that, we wouldn't have opened. And to me, it just didn't make sense logically for Margaret to open the camp, even though she didn't really have a lot of camp counselors. It just did not make any sense to me. I understand the explanation, but even the explanation didn't make any sense to me. So
Exactly.
I understand I have to practice what I preach. I have to suspend reality at some point and nitpick at everything. But there are some things that just don't make sense. And it just kind of makes you think, are the writers lazy, or is it just because there's something for later?
And then there's a whole other story. What about Xavier and the porn? Which kind of makes sense.
Okay.
Yes.
I have to hit on that. And I don't know if this is a good thing, but is it just me, or am I the only one that's curious about that?
Curious about what?
By Xavier and his so-called porn thing.
Right.
Well, he did.
It's pretty authentic to the times. I mean, a bunch of young boys coming into Hollywood wanting to, break it into the business, and they get into gay porn first. That's where they get their exposure. It's huge.
Very sad. I mean,
and the guy said he found him in the park. He was on heroin, and he took him off the street and cleaned him up, and that was his payment. That totally makes total sense.
I think if Daddy wasn't killed there that first episode, and he was around to expose more, maybe. But the fact that they killed him off, I think that was really that story that happened. And
yeah, I absolutely agree. And I used to live in Florida, and it's really sad. There are a lot of young men out there who are kind of forced to do this as a payback for the people who help them, and it's really fucking sad. And I'm really glad.
It seems like is he the only one who's going to come out now? Though it seems like it would just be weird that just one guy shows up like that.
I just realized
more visitors.
I just realized kind of like a one-off so that somebody could die, or that Ryan Murphy could show hot boys in the shower like we love that he does.
Hell yeah! We got it, Colt. We got it.
Just wait for Evan.
Thank you, Ryan Murphy, for showing hot boys every single season.
Thank you.
Almost totally
naked. I just realized something about Xavier, though.
What's that?
Now that I think about it, because if you think about it, as he showed him the peephole, he disappeared. Right after he disappeared.
Yeah.
He ran away.
I might have thought, though, he felt bad for betraying his friends like that.
Oh, yeah.
But like right after he disappeared, the guy got killed, which makes me think, what if it's Xavier put on the suit real quick and came back and killed him?
Or Xavier's in it.
Is
exactly
interesting. Murder Motel. Michael, what do you think about that?
I think they're setting up that where all of them, any of them are going to look like at some point that they're shady, that they are in on it. So who knows who's going to be actually in on the whole plot. But I thought Xavier was suspect from the start, because if you go back and watch episode 1, and he's telling all of the other kids about the summer job and setting things up, the exchanges that he's having between people, there's like these knowing looks and these like real back and forth, especially with Montana. He's real like she don't say anything, kind of looks back and forth. So he's always been suspect to me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if everybody is a killer for different reasons and different
like
people.
Just like Clue. This is like Clue. Everybody has their reasons to be involved in everything else.
Right, exactly. Tim Curry, the man of my man Tim Curry. It's like, is this all just an excuse? I mean, I think the main crux is going to be Margaret getting Richard Ramirez to kill everyone and then what about we've already now got Hotel tied to this.
Yes.
Because of him, but then what's with the guy that got hit by the counselor who was dead in 1970? Is there going to be a witch show up somewhere? Is it a time travel guy? Is he just a ghost stuck like in Murder House?
I think
it's Murder House.
Like Murder House, yeah.
But there's got to be a reason for him to be there. and it must be to expose Margaret.
Yeah, probably.
Because he said you look so different, and he saw. Remember, he wanted to know what she saw. What she said. What did you see in the tent in the cabin that night? She was waiting for him to see if she had killed to see if he saw what she really did. And he said, I didn't see anything. And then she kind of backed off.
You know, I agree that she was trying to like get from him like what he saw that night, because in his recant of it, he specifically tells her, hey, I did not see Jingles. I just heard it. And it kind of seemed like that's what she wanted, was to make sure that he didn't specifically see her. And a lot of people have made a big deal about the fact that she was blonde when she saw Jonas recently, but then a lot of people are saying, wait, she was a brunette back in the 70s. A lot of people dye their hair all the time. Right. I mean, do you guys think at any way, shape, or form that Leslie or that Margaret changing her hair color had anything to do with maybe her trying to hide something, Lady Di?
No.
Well, Michael, not the hair. I mean, she's definitely hiding. But then she's asking the guy if he saw anything, but he's already dead. What the hell is she going to do to him anyway? Let's say he saw something. Dude's a ghost. She can't kill him.
Exactly. But like my thing is when she interrogated him, it was kind of weird and fishy to me, because
it was weird. She's weird and fishy with everything. Look at what she did to Richard Ramirez. I thought she was going to jump on him.
I mean, if you were in the middle of a major massacre, why would you want somebody to describe what they saw? You know, like if they saw your supposed dead body. I mean, I know some people out there are a little weird and take things in a different manner than what other people would, but it just, her Ramirez and then her Jonas scene, those two scenes were major red flags to me. And I just wish that we get some more information about Margaret in the next episode, because I mean, especially about how the fuck she wears glasses when she's missing a fucking ear.
I'm actually going to tell that in my video that's coming out soon, if I can ever think of the words to say. I'm in the middle of writing a script right now, but hopefully
you'll think of the words. It sometimes it takes a little bit of writing. Just sleep on it.
Yeah.
And you'll know.
Yeah, but she said something about it on Twitter that I was going to add a photo to the video on my thing so I can answer that question for everybody. So,
yeah.
I mean, I think you can if you have hair. You know, I mean, I think that's a possibility. I mean, I think it'll stay with one ear.
I think when I was 12, my glasses broke on one side, and I had to wear them like this just for a few days, and it worked. But it didn't work very well. So, I mean, I guess it's possible. Okay, so there's one question I want to ask you guys, and I already know the answer. I think you guys already know the answer. Okay, if your only way out of a camp that you know there's a killer there, there's at least probably more than one, would you go back for the keys, or would you just walk out?
Well, first off, like, walking out would be dangerous because you don't know where the killer is going to be at any second. It's the middle of the night.
Okay.
And he could come out in the middle of nowhere and like slice every single one of you in half, and you're all going to die either way. And to me, if they would have went to go get the keys, they should have went together instead of splitting up. Like, this is not Scooby-Doo, okay? Like,
well, they did it on purpose, because she said, I only have a bug. She could only fit 4, and he's got a ninja for 2. So the only way they made it where they had to split up, it had to be Scooby-Doo, because
it's every 80s story.
It's 1984. Right. I mean, they had to split up. And it depends on how far away you are. If you're far away, you're going to have to get your keys, because you could get lost and just die in the woods.
Well, I mean, that's true. But look, I grew up in the country. I grew up in the woods, and I remember for our grad bash, we camped in the woods. We stayed at a summer camp, and that's where our grad bash was. I remember it was out in the middle of nowhere. If there was a serial killer, I don't give a fuck if it was midnight. I don't give a fuck where that serial killer would be. I would walk the fuck out if I did not have keys. There is no way that I would stay behind. And I mean, at least my dad is smart enough to at least taught me a little bit when I was younger that, would make sure that I'm not ever tracked in the woods and things like that. So as far as I'm concerned, I can survive a zombie apocalypse and American Horror Story. That's my concern. But I understand that some other people can't, and I mean, like I said, for me though, I would have totally just been like,
it depends.
I'm leaving.
See, I didn't grow up in the woods. I grew up in New York and LA.
Oh my God.
So for us, it's like, go get your keys and get the fuck out of here.
Right.
It's like, oh, you're so far, you're going to get lost. You don't know where you are. I guess it just depends. It's so funny how you would do that because of where you grew up. And if these people were all LA people, we use our cars for absolutely everything.
Yeah, right.
But they had to go back to get the keys because if not, it wouldn't have happened. But it's just how he made it make, I only have a bug. Why would you even say I only have a bug? I can bring 3 people. Just go get the keys. They went out of their way to make it. That's the only way they could all go is if he had his ninja, which ninjas were really hot in 1984, and every girl wanted to ride on the back of a guy with a ninja. And then Montana gets off
rockets or something like that. Is that what they're called?
Yeah. I mean, that was before they even had them. And so she would have had to ride with him, and the other 3 would have to go with Rita because that's the only way they could get out. And I mean, I don't know. Then someone died then maybe they're thinking, somebody died at the gas station. Maybe they're not thinking at all. And the first thing that comes to their head is let's get the keys and get the hell out.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. And so that's another thing I want to talk about.
They crashed Margaret's car too.
Well, that's another thing I want to talk about is Nurse Rita. We never got to see what happened when she saw supposedly Jingles outside the window.
Exactly.
And then she was kind of like messed up, a little bloody when she stepped in front of the van. What do you guys think happened? I mean, do you think that they're kind of in together? Do you think that they're not in cahoots together?
She was the reason I started thinking that this is the season about who's telling the truth. Because when she came out, the way she started presenting her story was like, well, wait a minute, who are we believing here? Because nothing's starting to make sense from what everybody's saying. So, and if you look at the setup of the season, every single time a character's big event happened and they have to tell everybody, they're the only ones there. It's only their account of whatever happened to her. So it's going to be really interesting to see who is telling the truth and what really does happen between these people's stories.
And isn't that like all the premise of horror movies in the 80s? Everybody's alone. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows what's going on. They're just following. He's following the premise. He's following the mood of the season.
Mm-hmm. I think another thing that really changes the tone of the show is the absolute lack of technology. The fact that they can't even just use their cell phones for, even just as a flashlight, which a lot of us even do constantly. A lot of us use our cell phones for small, little, basic things, even such as just updating our Facebook page. So, I mean,
that's how it was. We had to there was busy signals, and you had to But and then the other thing, I think Melinda just flashed a thing, not to get off track, and I don't know if you were saying, but there's a whole big theory that these people are all method actors, and they're all there as a rehearsal for a horror movie.
I think that's so Roanoke, though. That's just way too close to Roanoke.
I want to touch on what Mary said, and after you're done, of course.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh no, that was
yeah.
Okay. Well, I understand your phone theory, but it doesn't make sense because why would they bring their phones out in the first place if it's supposed to be 1984? No cell phones had light on them in 1984.
Oh no! I'm just saying it's the tone.
It sucks because now it would be like grab your phone.
Right. Exactly.
And they're really removed, and there's and the thing is when the phone line is cut, you don't get a busy signal. It's just like nothing. So why is it busy? It should just be, there should be nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're very removed, and it's just it's weird for us because we're like, why don't you just call? Oh yeah, you can't do that, can you?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I wanted to say very quickly, guys, don't forget, if you're loving the stream, please click the thumbs up button. We would very much appreciate it. If you, we'll be back obviously on Wednesday. Links are already set for you guys in my channel, so just click the reminder to be notified. There's going to be a Halloween costume contest in the Freaks of AHS, so look forward
What
to
the hell?
tomorrow. What, darling?
My power just went out. What the hell?
Sure did.
I see that.
What?
We can hear you though.
Well, I guess he's
on his cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's totally black over there, Murder Motel.
Totally black.
Weird stuff.
Oh my god, Mr. Jingles is coming for me.
AHS is with me because of the Daddy Blake thing. They titled him Blake. That's my husband's name, and it's been, you know, I don't know. I just had to say that really quickly.
Okay.
Oh, and don't forget patrons. There is a link for you guys, because don't forget, you guys get weekly Wednesday live streams, and you can stream with me if you want. I'll answer your questions, talk to you about your favorite theories, all that kind of stuff.
Where do you want to do our giveaway, here or patrons?
That's right. Michael and I were talking about a giveaway. Why don't you go on ahead, Michael, and why don't you discuss that? Because I say we give the prize away at the end of the season.
The season, okay. And we'll release the rules or whatever later.
Exactly, during episode 3.
Okay. So what Mary and I are going to give away to one person, because we only have one thing, is, let me pull it out so everybody can see, is a copy of that is not released in America anymore, guys. The Blu-ray to Apocalypse. So full Blu-ray.
I already have mine coming. So
of Apocalypse, and you can get them from the UK. I ended up getting 2, so we're going to give one away. So if you want a Blu-ray copy, these are region free. They will play in things. Just stay tuned. Mary and I will come up with the rules, and we'll give it out on the finale of Beyond the Horn.
That's right.
What?
I have a question about the region free. What does it say region free on it? Because
on the back you'll see 3 like little triangles or little shapes that says ABC, and if it has all 3 letters, that means it's all regions. If it only has like an A and a B, it's only those 2 regions. Or if it only has a C, it's only that region.
Okay, like
on the back,
I swear, I suddenly feel like I'm about to tell a scary story in the dark.
Oh, we can kind of see you when you move that way.
Yeah.
There we go.
Do you want to go check on that real quick?
What?
Do you want to go check on that real quick?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. Okay, so for me, I rate the episode a stellar 9.5. It had everything I was looking for, and I am so glad that it came out such a great episode. So I give it a 9.5. Michael, what would you say that you rate episode 2 of AHS?
I am right with you. I'm not going to call it perfection yet because it's early in the season, but it was as close to perfection as I can get. I was like, we're back. This is it. This is the most fun I've had in a long time with the show. It's fun. It was exciting. It was a ride. There was a mystery. Like Diana says, we're back. American Horror Story is back.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah. And I'm right there with you. I mean, I was like, thank God, because I was like going to be so sad if it didn't work.
Okay. So update.
What's up, Murder Motel? Go on. What's going on?
Some dumbass hit the power line.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
Do you have a flashlight?
Do you need to
what,
leave?
Mom? What
do you need to leave, Chris? Because I'm sure you need to preserve your charge.
What? Hold on. Oh, okay. So, sorry, my mom was saying something. She just said it was a breaker because everybody else has lights, apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll just casually keep you in the dark, weirdly.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me go check the breaker.
Okay, you go do that. So I am extremely excited for episode 3. Looks like we're gonna get some Jingles backstory, and it looks like that we are gonna get a little bit more progression with the storyline. Looks like maybe some camp counselors are gonna get killed. So I want to know who you guys think is going to get killed, the counselors, next episode. Let's start with you, Miss Lady Di.
Okay, when it was showing the previews for this for episode 3, who was in the pit saying they were bleeding? Was that Gus Kenworthy, Xavier, and the guy from Glee, Matthew? They were up, and there was like a pit with like spikes in it, and they were down, looking down, going, "What's going on?" And he's like, "I'm dying." I thought it was Gus Kenworthy. I thought Kenworthy was at the bottom.
It's either Ray or Chet. That's my opinion.
I thought it was Ray.
Or Chet.
Yeah, that's what
okay. I didn't know which one it was. I don't remember their character, but I feel like those two are the first two gonna go.
What, Mom?
Naturally.
And I think they're guest stars too.
Okay.
So.
Well, no. In the beginning, they have Gus Kenworthy and the other guy, and Chet. They're not guest stars. They're all there. So,
it's not the.
Maybe, like they need to bring more extra people on so they'll die. Like Blake. Blake wasn't even mentioned. He just showed up and then he died. Maybe there'll be more of those.
True.
Could
Very
be
true.
We could be out of the camp soon. We don't even know yet.
Absolutely.
I'm doing a live stream with Mary.
You guys are absolutely right. It absolutely could be the fact that they aren't even in the camp at a certain point. So absolutely, you are more than right about that. In my opinion, I think they're going to stay there. But
I hope so.
Be a great twist, in my opinion, to move it somewhere else.
Or it could go into a different time frame. We can go with flashback for a little while. Who knows?
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, well, they're going to definitely flashback Jingles. I think Jingles is not, I think he's a murderer, but I don't know. I don't think he killed the campers.
I think the asylum turned him into a murderer, to be honest with you.
Okay.
What happened?
Well,
this is what I want to say. Has anybody gone back since American Horror Story Apocalypse is on Netflix? Has anybody gone back? And I want to know in the comments if anybody's gone back to actually rewatch the season on Netflix. Murder Motel, have you had a chance to?
Yes, I have actually watched it when I was on vacation, and it was good.
Change of the season when you watched it. If it did, was it for the worst or the good?
Oh God. Well, okay. First off, I'd like to say it wasn't my burger box. It's So, second, I actually liked the season when I first watched it. I didn't unlike it. So I just went in and I liked what I saw the second time. So I loved the acting in it, and I think Cody did a good job, but I don't want Cody to be the villain in this season because I want him to be different from the last season, because he was the villain in Apocalypse, and I don't want him to be the villain in 1984. So I want him to get out alive, pretty much.
Same. What about you, Michael? Did you watch Apocalypse? And if you did it change your thoughts for the season for the good or the worst?
I survived that nightmare for a purpose. I ain't never going back. I hated that season. Hated that season. I don't want. It's going to be a long time before I sit through that garbage again. No.
You didn't even go back to even watch it?
No.
Okay.
I give me some time.
Oh my God! I almost teared up at the freaking Apocalypse when that happened. I mean, when it hit, it was just like I didn't realize how emotional I would get. When I resaw it.
See, that's the thing. There's so much that I liked about that season going into it and through the progression of it, that when it turned on me and I hated it when it did, it was just so bad that I just wanted to just scream. Yeah, episode 7 on was just a nightmare. So it'll be a while.
What about you, Lady Di? Did you watch it? And if you did it change your thoughts for the good or the worst?
I watched it again because it's on my DVR before it came on Netflix on the summer. So I did watch it. I watched it about 3 times.
Okay.
And if nothing else, I would watch it to watch Myrtle Snow and Bubbles McGee, because I think Apocalypse as a whole was not a great season, but just to see the witches back again, to see them, you hear that Rolling Stones song and the three of them in their capes walking up to the thing. There's certain parts of that season I loved. So Sandra Bernhardt, the Satan worshiper, it just had so much good. I didn't hate it, but there's just certain things. I mean, just the one liners that they gave Myrtle were just hysterical. And Joan Collins and Myrtle talking about, performing sex acts and things. Where else do you hear something crazy like that?
Like I said, there was so much to love.
You gotta love about Apocalypse. The fact
there was so much to love. There was so much to love.
Joan Collins talking about giving blowjobs and stuff,
There's so much to hate after good stuff.
So much gone wrong, but it still had, I mean, Mike and Jeff, I just couldn't handle watching them. They kind of, I thought it was a waste of Evan Peters, but still, I like enough of it to where I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
Not like I would, my other seasons like Hotel or
Well, I haven't finished Apocalypse, but I did go back and I watched the first 5 episodes, and I have to say, I love Coco even more than I did when I first did the season. And, Michael is just as whiny as Thor. I mean, he's the son of Satan, for God's sake. I thought he had a little bit more strength and depth, and none of it. I mean, I just wish they would have done Michael better. I would be more pleased with the season if they just would have done better with Michael's character. There were certain points where they did, obviously, but there were a lot of times where they didn't. And I did go back mostly to rewatch the season because of the theory video that I'm making is Miss Me, Jenny Reynolds. So I wanted to go back and kind of get some information and just research it. So I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing to me is when she went to get Michael at the end, why the hell did she hit him with a car?
Yeah.
Why did she have to run him over with a car? You're a witch. Come out, do something that's what I did.
From Harry Potter, Lord Voldemort.
Yes, I wanted her to grab a wand and she did. Remember the butterflies that she brought back to life? Maybe she could do the opposite around his neck. I expected some kind of a grand gesture on her part. And when she just got in a freaking Escalade and hit him, I'm like, what is Cadillac sponsoring this? I didn't understand it at all.
I take the car every single day if you get rid of Mutt and Jeff. Get rid of Mutt and Jeff and I'll be so much happier. That's what ruined the season for me.
I agree. I haven't gotten to their section just yet, but I'm going to tomorrow. So, okay, so we are coming up to the end of the episode. And before we wrap things up, I just want to remind people, don't forget, if you like the stream, please thumb it up. If you want to take it another step further and donate to the channel, you certainly can via Patreon. There's a
Patreon.
I have a lot of stuff going on for Patreon. We actually have patrons made into Sims that are living in famous, scary houses that I've made in Sims. We're doing American Horror Story Weekly Wednesday live streams, all that kind of fun stuff that we're doing over there. And actually, I'm posting a video now for the Sims one. So that'll be up tonight. And anyway, so there's just a lot of fun stuff that we do at Patreon. You get all these benefits for just $1. And you help to contribute to the channel. I do want to say that we will definitely be back on Wednesday at 10:05, guys. Just give us a few minutes. Michael, Diana, and Murder Motel and I, we're just going to need a minute to go, whoa, that episode, whoa. And then just chat for a second and then just go live. It won't take long, I promise you. And thank you all so much for your support. And I want to thank Michael and, of course, Lady Di and Murder Motel for being on the show. And, of course, I want to hear your final thoughts. Most importantly, what I really want to hear from you guys is and also, guys, I have a lot of poll questions right now regarding American Horror Story at my Twitter. It's at MaryGirl Moody. Go make your voice count. I'm going to put the results in Beyond the Horror episode 3. So one thing I want to know from you guys is, how are you enjoying the season so far? And is it living up to your expectations? Because for me, it is. I just went into this season absolutely with no expectations because I didn't want to be disappointed. But I really love the fact that it's turning out to happen like Michael said. It looks like this season is turning into a love letter to old 80s horror flicks and music. And it's turning out better than I expected. That's what I'm saying. So, Lady Di, what do you think? Is it meeting your expectations or is it
I had no expectations. No Sarah Paulson, no Evan Peters. I'm like, oh God, I'm so into this show. What am I gonna do? And then after episode 2, I was just like, thank you. Thank you, Ryan Murphy. You still care about this show. You've still done it justice. You're focusing it on different people, but gotta love Leslie, gotta love Cody, no matter how you have him. Emma, with me, it's kind of hit and miss with her. But you know, Billy Lord is so he's just trying to put more people to the front as he brings the others. So I'm very happy right now that it feels like a real American Horror Story because I didn't think it was going to. So I had no expectations.
Okay, Murder Motel. What about you, darling?
What was the question?
So is this season living up to your expectations? And you know, are you excited for the rest of the season, or do you think it's mixed sucking?
So far I actually love it. It's actually pretty good. Like the first episode I loved because of the opening, because of that bloody sequence. I just thought like they're gonna take this and run with it 80s style. So I just liked it, and I think it's gonna come out great. And right now I'm holding a candle. So.
Guys, yeah, you're like Apocalypse over there. What about you, Michael? Is this season living up to your expectations?
I like everybody else. After Apocalypse, even after the back half of Pose, whatever, I was kind of just like real chill on Ryan Murphy. I was like, go in, no expectations, no thoughts on the writer's team, and I'm over the moon. I am so flipping excited about this season. It has really, like I said, it's been fun. It's been a fun ride, and it's good to have fun with American Horror Story again. So, and then also I watched The Politician. If you guys have not watched The Politician, watch The Politician. It is absolutely good. It is absolutely the most intelligent show I've ever seen Ryan write. It is absolutely fantastic.
Once AHS 1984 is over, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, so. A lot of people are not getting it because it's super meta. It's super intelligent. It's very, very dark. It's satire. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. But I'm so happy to see Ryan and Brad back up to that level to really, twisted, complicated, fun writing. So I have high hopes for the rest of the season. I really do.
Okay, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us. I am very grateful to all of you. Thank you to Michael. Thank you to Lady Di. And thank you so much to Murder Motel for joining the stream tonight. We will be back on Wednesday evening at 10:05, guys. Give us a few minutes. And, Chase, I'm so glad you got the gift card. I'm so glad you got that. Awesome. I hope you enjoy it and get your CD. And again, we'll be back on Wednesday. And of course, my episode review will probably be posted on Thursday morning because it'll be too late for me on Wednesday to do it with Beyond the Horror. So thank you all again so much for being here. Thank you to my guests. And we will all see you guys on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.